Hello, children. Get ready for fun and exciting stories with Pa, a wise old man who loves to explore the beautiful islands of the South Pacific. In each adventure, Pa will teach you about friendship, bravery, and following your dreams. Pa's journeys are full of surprises and important lessons. So, grab your imagination and join Pa on his amazing adventures in the islands.
The Pearl of the SHINEHS. On a distant island deep in the South Pacific, Ba, a wise old merchant, sailed from shore to shore, trading rare spices, colorful shells, and glittering gems. His adventures had taken him far and wide, but Ba was searching for something greater, a treasure beyond all treasures. One day, while resting underneath the shade of a coconut tree, he overheard a story from a passing fisherman about a pearl hidden in the heart of a mystical lagoon. "This pearl," the fisherman whispered, "is so brilliant. It shines like the sun itself. But beware, the SHINEHS, an army of crabs, guard it so fiercely." Ba's heart leapt. He had heard many tales in his long life, but none stirred him quite like this. "I must find this pearl," he decided. Bob packed his canoe with a few supplies and set sail for the secret lagoon. After days of paddling through stormy seas and dark nights, Ba had finally arrived. The lagoon was beautiful. Its waters glistened, and at its center, a giant oyster sat, housing the legendary pearl. However, Ba's eyes narrowed when he saw something even more remarkable. Surrounding the oyster was an army of crabs. The SHINEHS. The crabs were the size of coconuts with shells that gleamed like polished jewels, their claws clicking rhythmically in unison. They moved as one, creating a protective wall around the pearl. Ba took a deep breath and stepped forward. "I've come for the pearl of great price," he said boldly. The leader of the SHINEHS, a towering crab with golden pincers, scuttled forward. "The pearl is ours to guard," it said in a deep voice. "It's the most precious thing in the world, and it comes at a cost." Ba nodded. "I'm willing to pay any price. What must I give?" The leader's eyes glimmered. "Everything." Everything?" Ba asked, his heart racing. He thought of his canoe, his treasured trinkets from faraway lands, his home on the island, all the things he had worked for over the years. Could he really give it all up? But Ba looked again at the pearl, and he felt a deep knowing in his heart. This was a treasure he had searched for his whole life. With a steady hand, Ba began to offer everything he had to the SHINEHS. First, he handed over his canoe. Then, his pack of goods, the shells, the spices, the gems. The SHINEHS accepted them without a word, their claws clicking in approval. And finally, Ba gave the last of his possessions, the clothes on his back and the small ring he had worn since his first adventure long ago. The leader of the SHINEHS regarded Ba for a long moment, then said, "You have given everything. The pearl is yours." As the crabs parted, Ba stepped forward and carefully lifted the pearl from the oyster. It glowed brighter than he had ever imagined, its light reflecting the journey of his life, the sacrifices, the hard work, and the adventures. Ba smiled, feeling a deep sense of peace. Though he had given up all he owned, he knew he had gained something far greater. The pearl wasn't just a treasure. It was the fulfillment of his deepest desire. As Pa walked away, the Shyness silently returned to the depths of the lagoon. He no longer had a canoe, nor treasures to trade, but in his hands he carried the pearl of great price. It was worth far more than anything he had ever owned. Moral of the story: true treasure is found not in what we own, but in what we are willing to give up to gain something far more valuable. Pa's journey reminds us that when we find something that truly matters, it is worth everything we have. True treasure will cost you everything, because when you find true treasure, you find everything. You won't need anything else.
All right, kids, that's the end of our story for today. I'll see you next time for another fun adventure with Pa in the islands. Until then, bye for now.